For our last project, we're going to do a plastic toy chest. This plastic is very nice. It has a nice finish for personalizing, and also it's nice because it's large and you have a nice space. And you'll notice as I've been doing each project that the size of the letters have changed according to the size of my space. And you really need to take that into consideration, and also you need to take into consideration the length of your name, of course. As you go, you'll get better at assessing the space that you have and knowing what size of letters. It's just important to remember that once you start with a size of letter, you really need to stick with that size. It's going to look odd if you're changing sizes, getting smaller or larger as you go on your project. So you kind of have to commit to a size and stick with it. If you'd like, when you're beginning to learn how, you can get a piece of clear acetate paper, place it over your project, and practice either with the paint pen or with a piece of chalk or pencil to see that you're getting the spacing right. It allows you to see through. It's completely transparent. You can see through, and you can try it on for size and see how much space you have there. I've completely flubbed this because I didn't stagger my letters up and down, and the name is going to be too big for the space that I have. So we're going to remove the mistake. This is a perfect opportunity. We're going to use our Goo Gone and some of our paper towel. Do not apply the Goo Gone directly to the product. Instead, put it on your paper towel first. Apply a liberal amount and just rub it on your mistake. The tricky part about this is if your mistake is very close to the project, to the actual design that was already on the product, you need to be very careful not to get into the picture, because that also was done with the same paint pans and can be removed with the Goo Gone. So when you get too close to that, that is when you are going to want to use your Q-tips instead of using too broad of strokes with your paper towel. Now you can see that there is a fine kind of a mist left of color, and you can just keep working with your Goo Gone using a fresh spot on the paper towel, and keep going back over until the shadow is completely gone. We recommend after you use the Goo Gone on any of the products that you go back over, use a little bit of Windex, and wipe the area clean. The Goo Gone tends to be a little bit oily, and the pen takes better if it's been cleaned up first. Okay, we'll go back in now, try it again. We're going to write the name Brittany, and I might mention here that when I am doing a name, I try to always err to keeping my name as far to the left as possible. If I do have extra space at the end, we have little doodads and things that you can add to your project to fill up that space and balance it out. But if, of course, you go too far to the right and you run into your design on the other side, you have to start over again. So it's best to start as far to the left as possible. I'm also going to make smaller letters this time, and I'm going to stagger them up and down. think that adding the staggering effect also gives it more the whimsical look than if you just try to write it in a straight line. You also don't have to worry about if your letters are in a straight row if you're staggering them up and down.